Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Adam, also known as the Pickleball Guy, and in this week's video, we're going to be talking about dink shots and also about third shot drops. A dink shot is one of the most important shots in pickleball, especially when you're on the defensive. Basically, a dink shot is a shot that you're purposefully gonna hit inside of the kitchen, so that way your opponent can't really hit a hard volley or ground stroke back at you. The closer you get that ball to the net, the better. There are three main keys to hitting a successful dink shot: staying low, guiding the ball, and watching your opponents. First, it's important to stay extra low when we're hitting that dink shot. Because it's such a finesse shot, we really want to make sure that our eye level is as close to the net as possible, so that way we can make sure we know exactly where we're hitting that ball. Second, we want to make sure that we're really guiding that ball softly over the net. If we hit it too hard, we risk floating up a really easy shot for our opponents to just smash right back at us. Finally, we want to make sure that we're really mindful of where our opponents are standing on the court. If both players are up at the net in an offensive position, we're going to have to be super precise when we hit our dink shot, or else they're going to be able to pounce on it. Alternatively, if our opponents are back, we have a little bit more leeway where we don't have to be so perfect with that dink shot. So it's never a bad idea to hit a dink shot, but there are a few times where the dink is particularly effective. One of these times is when all four players are at the net and you don't have a clear offensive shot to hit. If that's the case, hitting a dink shot is a really safe way to just prolong the point without necessarily coughing up a really bad shot to your opponents. Another time is when you and your partner are at the net and your opponents are all the way back. This one's a little bit risky, but if you can execute a super disguised dink shot, you might be able to just barely drop it over the net to the point where your opponents won't be able to come up and hit it back. So the third shot drop is a really specific type of dink shot where you have just served the ball, your opponents have returned, and now they're at the net, but you and your partner are both back because of the two bounce rule. In this scenario, hitting that dink shot, otherwise known as the third shot drop, is a really perfect opportunity for you to neutralize your opponents to make sure that they can't just slam the ball right back at you. Even though keeping the ball just barely over the net is the ideal spot, as long as you generally keep that ball low, you're gonna do a nice job of preventing your opponents from hitting anything offensive back at you. Watch as we go over here what a typical third shot drop looks like.
Hey Adam, my question is there ever a bad time to hit a dink shot?
The only time that I would not recommend hitting a dink shot is if you have a super clear put away volley or overhead. Because that shot is so offensive, it doesn't really make sense to hit a defensive shot in that scenario.
What happens if the ball hits the net and goes over?
If the ball hits the net and goes over, you just continue playing that point as if nothing happened. So my personal favorite drill for hitting dink shots is called Connect 4. For this drill, all four players are going to start up at the kitchen line. If I'm starting the drill off, I'm going to hit a dink shot over to my opponent. My opponent is going to hit a shot to my partner is going to hit a shot back to the other opponent, and you're just going to continue dinking for as long as you can until you have missed a shot. Another drill that I really love for practicing dink shots involves the third shot drop specifically. So for this drill, I'm going to start as a server. I'm going to serve the ball over to my partners who are going to come up and rush the net. Whoever they hit the ball to, whether it be me or my partner, we are going to have to hit a third shot drop dink back over to the other side, and then we'll play that point out. As soon as you are done with that point, rotate one spot over to the right until all four players have had a chance to be the server. Okay guys, well that wraps up another video on my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'd really appreciate if you liked the video and comment down below what you would like to see in future videos. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you are not already, and I will see you all next week.